Javier Vicuna.
And on today's show, we're going to be talking about Day of the Dead. And to help us learn more and honor the traditional Mexican holiday, we have Raquel. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Of course. What's up, familia? Soy Raquel, and I'm here again. It was such an honor to do it last year, so I was very, very pleased and honored that you guys asked me to come back again this year. So I guess I did an okay job, right?
Yes, we love your vibes.
Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Likewise.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on again. And before we get started, we have a little icebreaker. I don't think we did this last year with you, but we started doing icebreakers.
Icebreaker questions, yeah.
And it's just like a simple question. So my question today is, what's the best like weather or like your favorite weather?
That's easy. Fall.
Okay.
Fall.
Okay.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because I love the boots, I love the scarf, I love the fashion.
Oh, yes.
But I also love the colors that fall brings. You look up at the trees and they're all those beautiful different colors. I'm more of like a cold, like weather type of person as opposed to heat. Heat's, you can only do so much in the heat.
Yeah.
Well, so much. We live in California, so
we actually get seasons. Yeah.
Javier?
For me, I gotta agree with Raquel. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a fall person. Like you said, I think the beautiful colors and also just I run cold, so the cold weather I'm already used to. And then when it gets hot, like I get like really, really hot, like really, really hot. So for me, I also just like wearing more like sweaters and like jackets, and that's way more my style than just like shorts and
definitely
tank tops and stuff like that. Like not really my style, but like fall definitely like it's like beanie season, so I like wearing beanies, and it's just nice to be cold, and there's something comforting about just like staying nice and warm in the cold and like. I don't know, drinking chocolate abuelita or something. Just enjoying some time and vibing. So yeah, I have to say fall as well.
Okay. Same here. I like fall. I don't like the heat. I run hot, so like when it's cold, I like it. So then I don't feel like it just feels better for my body when it's really cold. And yeah, I feel like same thing. I rather wear like sweaters and stuff than like wearing something else because I just feel more comfortable. Like I can just like go
you got wiggle room.
Yeah, you got wiggle room everywhere. You're wearing like bigger clothes. Like Okay, now we're gonna like transition into the first topic, which is basically talking about Day of the Dead. Right. So what is the Day of the Dead?
So for me personally, Day of the Dead is a way to cope with grief. It is a celebration of a person's life instead of sitting on the sadness of them passing, which is totally cool too. I think you should do that as well. But I know that these are one of your questions and I might be jumping ahead, but I started doing like the celebration after I lost my grandma, who was really important in my life. And so I think that that's kind of in a nutshell what it is a celebration of life, which is sometimes not interpreted like that because it's like Day of the Dead. People think we celebrate calacas or something.
What are calacas?
Like skeletons.
Skeletons.
Or like something like evil.
Oh, yeah. I actually used to believe that when I was younger.
Right. I think you said that last time. Yeah. And it is what it is. I think a lot of it is misinterpretation, just like everything else in life. If you don't know about it, you misinterpret it. And then some of us have been raised with a lot of religion, and sometimes that is like, it counters because, they think that they can't celebrate because of religious factors or whatnot. But this has nothing to do with religion.
None of it,
yeah. So it's just a festival of life, by honoring the dead. Yeah.
I think the movie, what's the movie called again?
Coco.
Coco interprets it very, very well.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah. They actually, they had so Pixar, right? The people who made Coco, they have their studios located here in the Bay Area in Emeryville.
Right.
And I remember they were just at their office. They had like altars and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
As a continuation of the whole Coco. promotion, but also, I think they did a really good job with that movie. In terms of like sticking to like the source material, like they did a pretty good job of keeping everything like traditional, and it's a good story. And the lady who they based the grandma off of in Coco is a real lady.
Yeah, and she just passed
away.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what I appreciated about the movie is that it pulled in a different generation. It pulled in the younger generation, like the kids and stuff. And although not everything in the movie is historically correct, I guess you can say, it still shines light on, the festival or the celebration. So I think that's great. I mean, just all it takes is a little seed, planted in someone's head. And then it's like, okay, so wait, what is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of kids like got that in their mind now because a lot of little kids just loved Coco.
Right, right. And so again, before that, there was no representation. So kudos to them for bringing it out and bringing it out. Bringing it out.
And making it mainstream, because there's a lot of people here who, again, like you say, it's all about educating people on the holiday.
And I don't know, do you know the Book of Life?
Yeah.
Does that also, I'm confused. It interprets it as well, right?
It does.
In some ways.
That one I think has more, let me think.
I always wanted to watch that movie.
I own the movie and I've watched like a million times.
Yeah, it's really cute. And that one's, you know what? I'm going to have to rewatch it before I can speak on it, but it's a really good one.
I think Coco interprets it like way more than the Book of Life, but the Book of Life does include it.
Definitely.
Like, in most parts,
Yeah, I know that was a good movie too.
Yeah, that was like a really good one. That one's like the OG of the Coco.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I wanted to ask you, Raquel.
Yeah.
So, going off of what you said, what is your favorite part of the holiday? Is it the ofrendas, building the altars? Like, what is your favorite part?
My favorite part of the holiday is now, because I'm a mother of 3, is being able to pass on the memory of our family members who I may have met to my children who have not met them because obviously they passed on. And so it's a way of remembering your family history. In Latin culture, we have a tendency to name our children after somebody in our family. I myself am named after my grandmother. She's the original Raquel. And now I can tell my children that there was another Raquel,
Did you want to share a photo?
Yes, definitely. So like I was saying,
you can just put it like in front of, like right there.
Perfect. Yeah. Before I lost my grandmother, I didn't really participate because I didn't really have a why, I was like, people pass on, okay. But I lost her, and she was a very important person in my life, if not one of the most important people in my life. And so now when I put her ofrenda up and her offerings with everything that she loved in life, I can teach my children about her. And it's a way of not losing that, not losing who we come from, where we come from, our cultura, and which is easily lost, I think, in a country when we just mix in with everything, which is great. Don't get me wrong either. Totally. But I think it's important, especially like now, like I said, that I'm a mom of 3, that I teach my children these people, who they weren't able to meet, and teach them who they were and the impact they had in our lives.
Those memories are never lost and are like, just carried for souls, like through generations, basically. Yeah. And
hopefully one day my children will make an ofrenda for me, and tell their children, and
Same for me, right? It just keeps the cycle going.
Right.
So, I was talking about Javier about this. I was kind of because I don't know too much about like the tradition. What is an ofrenda? Is it the same as an altar?
Yeah. So it's basically,
or is it just different names?
It's just a different name.
Oh,
yeah. It's the same thing. Ofrendas in Spanish and altars in English. I guess an altar makes a difference when you put it up. Like, there could be an altar to, I think, I don't know. Oh, I could be wrong. Maybe I shouldn't speak on it. But I think
you
each
have your
culture,
own interpretation.
Right. I believe that each culture has their own interpretation. For instance, of an altar. For us, some of us keep our altar up all year, but we spice it up on Dia de los Muertos.
Really? Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So like I always have a picture of my grams type of thing, and she's got her, her flores, things like that. But on Day of the Dead is when we really bring La Fiesta.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how long is it celebrated for?
So it starts on the 27th, I believe, of October, and it's when we honor our pets.
Pets?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was part of it.
Yeah. So don't quote me.
No,
I didn't write it down.
Right,
yeah. There's a day for pets.
Yes.
So because your pets are your family too. So
I didn't know that.
It's sad too.
Yeah,
'Cause
so-
I remember at the Day of the Dead event, which we'll talk a little bit about later. There was altars made for like cats.
Yeah.
And dogs.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that.
That's
Yeah,
really, it's
yeah.
cute, but I'm like,
I thought that I remember seeing that last year. I thought it was just like they just did it as like a decoration. I didn't know it was for the pets.
Well, I mean, they're part of your familia, and they're a part of people's lives, and sometimes, a lot of the times, these little creatures have an impact on a person's life because maybe they don't have kids or they don't have family, and these little animals become that for them. And so the 27th is when it kicks off, and it kicks off with honoring them, and then it goes down the line with different days for different people. I know there's some for honoring accident victims, maybe car accident, bus accident.
people of domestic violence as well.
People of domestic violence. Then there's one for children, which is really hard.
Yeah, that one's tough.
and then there's the one for just for the one that we celebrate for everybody.
For everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
So when did this whole tradition start? If you know the day.
So I was just telling Javier that I was looking into it, and I don't want to throw out false information because I'm human.
Yeah.
But I know that Mesoamerica was doing it sometime at the beginning of the year, and then as colonizers came in and wanted to kind of like, well, I'm speaking on dead or whatever, but as they wanted to control the natives, they decided to bring in their religion, and they switched it over to November. I know that it's because there's some holiday that has to do with religion in November that they wanted it to interpret. So I don't really know the exact date. I do, however, know that there's controversy. And we like controversy.
Yeah. Latinos love.
Yes, we do. Be like, but really?
Wait, so it used to be like in January?
Yeah, like it used to be at the beginning of the year because it was celebrating some type of solstice. I believe it was celebrating some type of solstice. And so then, como te digo, the religious came about, and they decided that they wanted
To change it?
yeah. And so, I mean, whatever y'all believe is my respect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Going with that theme, right? Of
Yeah.
just like you celebrate Day of the Dead the way you see fit,
Right,
like, in different
right,
cultures, right? 'Cause
right.
Not just Mexicans celebrate Day of the
No,
Dead. It's just also,
it's
like, for example, Santi, who's also a host on our show, she was talking to me about how in her part of Guatemala they do celebrate Day of the Dead.
Oh, that's awesome!
But they
Yeah.
have their own kind of interpretation of how they do it. And she's that they have altars, they have like flowers, they use different kinds of flowers and different kinds of just different little things that make it. But it's also like in the Philippines they also celebrate Day of the Dead.
Right.
So it's just like all different countries celebrate the holiday just in a different way.
Yeah, we celebrate it differently. I mean, my family personally doesn't, but my like tias and like stuff do. My aunt, she has. I just remembered because you said you have like an altar at your home that you keep all year round. I just remember my aunt also has that in the hallway. She has like a huge like of just like pictures of people, but I just realized that it's an altar. I never really asked her about it,
right?
But now I just realized it's an altar.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
that's awesome. She's got them out there.
Yeah.
Good. And so you and it worked because you've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Right.
But then I didn't realize that it was an altar till now, till you brought that up. So, okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
I wanted to ask you, Raquel, have you celebrated Day of the Dead your whole life? Because for me, I didn't celebrate it growing up.
No. Like I said, the impact of the curiosity or whatnot didn't hit me until I lost G-Mom. She yeah, I mean, she gave us so many years. So I didn't really have anybody in my life that, I mean, I've lost plenty of people, don't get me wrong, but it was never like an impact like that.
Right.
And so 6 years ago when we lost her, I decided that I wanted to start honoring her. I mean, her husband died, I don't know, she survived him like 30 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I didn't think about, right? Yeah. I didn't think about setting an altar up until I lost her. And that goes hand in hand with having my first son. He was born a little after she passed away.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful, because I have a very similar way of how I got into Day of the Dead. Was that I knew it was a holiday that always existed in Mexican culture, but like my parents didn't really like celebrate it. Like they did like see it growing up, but they never like, when they were here, they didn't really celebrate it. But until my brother passed away, that's when my mom looked into it more and was like, wow, this, because she always thought that maybe the holiday was celebrating something evil or something, right? And it's not necessarily her fault. It's just she grew up. But after Day of the Dead and going to the event and everything, seeing altars in person, it really changed her perspective on it. And now it's like her favorite holiday now.
That's wonderful.
You know, it's a way for her to cope and to like grieve with my brother's loss.
Yeah.
And to me, it's also helped me with grieving. Because similar to you, where when your grandma died and your first son was born, I was actually born the day that my mother's brother died.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting parallel there, but so my mom, has taken a lot of loss throughout time, and we just lost also my grandma as well. So it's just, loss is such a big just something that everyone has to deal with differently, right? And for her, like, Day of the Dead has definitely been such a huge like benefit for not just her but all of us, and it's beautiful when we all come together, and it's beautiful to see other altars and see how people decorate them and just reminisce about memories. And it's supposed to be a positive event,
right? It's happiness. It's a celebration. It's gonna make you feel sad. I'm not gonna, like, I was I was at the store and I got the pan de muerto for my ofrenda, and then I got el bolillo that we were talking about, because my abuelita used to love her bolillo with her cafecito.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm grabbing it and I just started crying, and it's a sad and it's a happy moment, but it's like, oh man, like, dang, it hits, like, you realize you had such a big impact in my life, and then it hits with gratitude, because you're like, I wouldn't be who I am had I not had her in my life, and I wouldn't be the mother I am to my children had she not taught me what she taught me. And so it's a mixed feeling thing.
It really is. I totally feel you. Like, being, like, just seeing older pictures of my brother and like what he was doing, and then just me like understanding that, like, because when he first died, it didn't hit me as hard, but over time it started feeling the effects of it. And you're right, you do feel a little, like, I mean, I feel pretty sad when I start seeing pictures of my brother again. It just doesn't hit me immediately. But again, everyone has their own way of coping, and there's nothing wrong with feeling the way that you do. Like, everyone grieves different, and that's completely fine. And like, going back to what you said, Day of the Dead is just such a beautiful way of celebrating. Yeah,
I think that a lot of the times, and I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that, but I think we don't want to give the bad, hard feelings any time, because they make us feel uncomfortable. When in reality, in my very humble opinion, I think those feelings are the ones that help us grow. They help us see like
absolutely.
What our potential is, what we can overcome, how strong we actually are. And again, the Dia de los Muertos is a celebration. It's not like we were saying, it's not, because some of us may have grown up like that, like, oh no, eso es del diablo, or that's the devil's work or whatnot. It really has nothing to do with that. It's more celebrating our loved ones who've passed on, and and being able to process those feelings as we should. We shouldn't suppress those feelings. So
absolutely.
So I'm kind of asking a lot more of like the origin of it, because I personally like learning more about culture. The culture and history of it. Totally. Since I wasn't like born into it or like grew up with
Yeah.
it. I don't think you mentioned this. Like, did it start in America or in Mexico?
No, I think it started in Mexico.
In Mexico?
Yeah,
That's
I
Spanish
believe,
colonizers, yeah.
totally.
Oh, okay.
I think this was like beyond like titles. Beyond like, oh, you're Mexican. I think it definitely started in in the Americas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I do think that it started in, Mexico being part of North America. I do believe it started there and kind of trickled
But
along.
there's probably again other.
There it's probably like a
other-
bigger celebration.
Oh yeah, girl! Like
Yeah.
if you get a chance to
Have you gone?
go,
So have you gone to Mexico?
Oh my god, yeah.
To celebrate it?
God.
Yeah, so we were lucky enough. My mom
Lucky.
decided to get married on Halloween.
Oh.
Which, I love Halloween, but she decided to get married on Halloween, and we were down in Mexico. Yeah, Greg and I, my partner, we went to El Zócalo, which is downtown DF,
yeah.
and we got to see how. I mean, the way they did it this year, they put it on big.
Oh, you went this year?
No, I wish I had, but like I just YouTube.
Oh,
TikTok. But if you scroll through all of that, but more than that, I think that if you have the opportunity to actually go, I know they do it big in Oaxaca. I know they do it big in like different states, but Mexico City put it on really, really dope. Like they had Las Catrinas that were like, I don't know how tall, and they were dressed in like traditional clothing from each of the states of the República de Mexico, I believe. Or it could have just been where they really celebrate Day of the Dead, like big time, like Veracruz was on there, and again Oaxaca does a beautiful job of doing it too. So yeah, so
That's beautiful.
You went last year or when?
No, my mom
When
got
was it?
married. Oh God, sorry, mom. My mom got married 8 years ago.
So that was a little before you started making the altars and
Yeah,
stuff. Oh, so
yeah.
I was gonna ask if you made an altar.
No. My grandma was still around for that.
Oh,
She was at
okay.
my mom's wedding. Yeah, that was one of the big.
okay.
Yeah, that was one of the big things that my mom and my grandma got to experience together.
Yeah, I wish I can go to Mexico one of these days to go and see it myself, because I also have family in Mexico City.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I would have the opportunity, but maybe next year, maybe
Yeah,
next
you
year I'll
should. You guys are
come by
young, and
Yeah.
get out there. There's so much to see.
One day I'll go to Mexico.
Or even Guatemala, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm from Guatemala. I need to go there. I've never been there.
You've never been in Guatemala?
No,
Oh,
I've never
yeah.
been outside the U.S.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I still gotta do that.
Girl, yeah,
a good experience.
It is a wonderful experience. It just I think that fills your soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd imagine. It
Yeah,
does.
like there's things that like dress your physical, and then there's things that fill your soul.
I feel like, definitely when I was in Mexico, I felt like I connected more with like I'm like on the soil that my ancestors are from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it
right?
makes you feel a little different. for
Definitely,
sure.
it charges up your
Yeah.
batteries, so to speak.
It's like some weird chakra energy or something.
Not weird at all,
But it's
man.
just
Not
like-
weird at
yeah,
all.
just-
Yeah, we are.
When I was in Mexico, I definitely felt that. Like I felt like I was like, all of a sudden, like my Spanish like improved like that.
For real?
As soon as I landed, like my Spanish was like
so funny.
from like 0 to 100 super fast. I was just like, wow, okay. That's the best Spanish I ever spoke was when
Right.
I was in Mexico.
Right,
Like,
because
absolutely.
I mean, dude, if not, they're quick, man. They're gonna clown on you.
I don't have good
so bad,
Spanish.
girl. Yeah.
Hopefully my Spanish improves when I go.
Hey, yeah. No, that's how it goes, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you want to ask this question.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and just
Okay.
ask one of the final questions I have here. Sorry, I was still thinking about that.
You're fast at you're Spanish. You're like, yeah.
So, speaking of altars, what
Yeah.
advice do you have for people who want to create their own altars? Like, where should they get supplies? Where can they get supplies? Or
That's
Or
a good
get-
question. Okay, so I
'Cause I know you-
personally,
yeah.
I collect a little bit every year. I'll go down to the San Jose flea market.
Oh,
All the way in San Jose.
Yeah.
I know. I wish
Huge
there was
flea
something.
market, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I like to try to keep it local. So it would be great if some of our locals would order things from their vendors in Mexico, so that we can just keep it here local, locally or whatnot. But it's got 3 layers to it, 3 tiers. I know that that's really important. It just represents like, the I hate to say like the heavens or the skies, and then, you know, earth, and then where the, you know, the land of the dead, you know, their realm. And then, you know, papel picado is really important because it represents, you know, the wind. So like I said, I was saying this is more of a native thing. Like this was very nativo. It wasn't so much religious. And so we you know, we honor Mother Earth. We're more spiritual, we're more about our planet than anything else. And so you also you know, purity, salt is put on there too to signify the purity. I also watched this thing, I forget what the smoke is called or what they put in it, but it's also to venture, you know,
sage.
Not sage, it's a different one.
Palo Santo?
No. I just watched it too. Point being is because you're inviting spirits, you need some type of protection to, you know, say like, okay, you, but not you. You know what I mean? Like protección. So I've never actually put that stuff on my ofrenda, and now that I learned about it, I will be looking for it for next year. And I'm sure it smells great because, you know,
that stuff smells so good.
Oh my God, yeah.
I agree.
Let's see what else. You put the food, you know, water is really important for them too, you know, because they're, you know, crossing through, they're going to be thirsty. And, you know,
I see some people put cervezas also.
I was just going to say that abuelita like to drink her tequilita. So, you know.
So it's basically whatever like they really liked when they were around.
Right, right. So you put up the food, the pan de muerto. This is what I watched today too, is it honors the god of death. And I cannot for the life of me pronounce his name, but I will work on it for next year.
Okay. The god of death.
So the pan de muertos, it's a circle and it symbolizes, you know, life. You know, it's a life. And then the little circle on the top is supposed to be the
Aztec goddess, no?
Yes, but it's a dude.
It's a guy?
Yeah.
Mitichkultura? Sorry.
You know what? I should not even laugh. Thank you so much for attempting it. Yes.
I didn't even complete that, so I'm sorry to my Aztec ancestors.
Right, likewise. Sometimes it's like, oh my God.
But yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That one. And so again, going back to more of our roots as opposed to what was taught to us and what was kind of pushed down our throats and so forth and so on. Not to say anything about religion. Don't come for me. But personally more of a spiritual thing for me. Let's see what else. ¿Qué más le ponemos?
How do you, like, for me, like as a teenager, how, like, I feel like I don't have a creative mind when it comes to like setting those type of things up. Like, what advice would you give like a teenager who wants to do it? Because like I mean, I'm not saying all teenagers are not creative, but like me personally, like I wouldn't know how to do it. Like I would want it to be pretty, but then like if I do it, like I feel like it's not going to be pretty.
So here's the advice I would tell teenagers, or I would tell anybody. Anything that you do from the heart and with love is going to come out the way it's supposed to come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so si lo estás haciendo con amor y cariño, it's going to be perfect, mommy. You just get it going.
Okay.
I didn't know how to start it either. And like I said, over the years, I just go and collect a few more things. And, you know, I found my grandma's ring. I'm going to put that on it next. Things like that. You just build it, you know?
Okay.
I sent you my ofrenda. I don't know if we're able to pull it up so that I can kind of show you what it looks like.
Yeah, well, we can pull it up later in the show.
Okay, perfect. So I'll be able to like show you more specific because, you know, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But with that said, we are going to play a quick Day of the Dead PSA.
Yay!
And we will be right back.
Perfect.
All right.
Yay.
2022 Day of the Dead celebration in San Rafael. On Saturday, October 22nd at 3 p.m., we will hold a car procession around downtown San Rafael, starting and ending at the City Hall parking lot and followed by a car show at the Multicultural Center of Marin. Community members are invited to decorate their cars and cruise along with us. Visit our website website at dayofthedeadsr.org to sign up. On Saturday, November 5th, from 3 to 9 p.m., our annual free in-person celebration will take place at the Albert J. Borough Community Center at Pickleweed Park, featuring art workshops, altar viewing, live music, cultural performances, Latin food for sale, and our traditional candlelit walking procession at 6 p.m. Sang Matis is the headlining act for our community dance starting at 7:30 p.m. This event is cash only. Mask wearing is recommended indoors. There will be no face painting on site this year. We thank our lead sponsors, Marin Community Foundation and Soul Food, for making this event possible. Join us for our 2022...
Oh, well, welcome back, everyone. Yes, as you were guys seeing in the PSA, we have our Day of the Dead event tomorrow, November 5th, and it is from 3 to 9 p.m. at the Albert J. Borough Community Center. And it's basically like the biggest event for us as an organization for the Multicultural Center of Marin to pull off, because it's just such a beautiful event. I wanted to, get the second half of the show talking actually about the event itself, because I had so many great memories during my time there. So I'll start it off. Like I said, I only really got into Day of the Dead back maybe 2018, 2017. It's around when my mom started looking into it too. And we came over to the Day of the Dead event that we know has been going around for years now. I think over 30, almost 40 years. And to me, that's incredible, because it is such an awesome time. I have so much fun at the show. And now that I have the opportunity to help out with actually, with what goes on during the time there, it's a really great time. And Raquel, I know you're also part of the committee for the event. And did you want to talk a little bit more actually about the car procession that happened earlier?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm a newbie on the committee, and we did a car procession. And this year we got a little more participation. We were able to bring in a few more vehicles, and
there's a lot of vehicles.
Yes, there was.
Not a few.
Yay. So shout out to everybody who participated in that. Thank you so much once again for participating. And it was dope. We decorated our vehicles. We had the bochitos, the club. They were looking amazing. We had some Chevy trucks that joined us this year. Nice. Those were beautiful. Elm decorated their van so nice too. We had Stephanie in there. We had we were missing a few people though, but anyway, point being is it came out really, really cool. It was on October 22nd. So I'm sure it's going to be the same date next year. And I'm hoping to reel in a few more car clubs, because growing up in the canal back in the day, back in the day, back. I remember people having lowriders, and I remember seeing that and thinking, a sense of pride, in mi cultura, that right there, that's us right there, So I really want to try to bring that back to, San Rafa's.
How do you get car groups to come in? Do you just email, text them or something?
Yeah. So you know what? Shout out to Johnny, who was absolutely amazing. He's got all the connections. Johnny Colonia, thank you so much. He connected me with people that he's grown up with and that he's known. They're the older generation, and they're all out there buying their dream Impala or their Chevy trucks, and now as adults, they're spicing it up, and they're bringing their cars out to show. So basically by begging, please, will you be part of the car show?
The car show seems amazing. I've never gone to it personally, but I see it every year on people's Snapchat stories and Instagram. But I've never gone. I hope maybe next year I'll go, definitely.
So that's what I'm trying to do, because a lot of them are in Vegas. I know Vegas has a really big one. Los Angeles has a really big one, and so this year we did something different, and we actually came back to the parking lot. we came back to the parking lot and we displayed the cars. And so that's what I really want to do next year, and have maybe like a taco truck come in, have some, have a DJ come in and make it like a social thing, so people can like enjoy and really look at the vehicles being, the decorations. There was this awesome van that actually had an ofrenda on the inside of it. And I thought that was spectacular, I'm like, so it was very exciting. And Steve, thank you so much for allowing me to be part of that as well, because, it was like, hey, can I try? Can I try? And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Totally. So thank you for sharing. My time there at the car procession, I got to help with the live stream.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Yeah, thank you. It was awesome seeing the all the different cars there. Definitely a lot more cars than last year, I would say. And it's all because of your effort. So that.
So sorry. So does I've seen like on people's stories, does it go from like the Northgate parking lot to Canal?
No. So what we end up, okay, so let me think, because my directions.
The city, it starts at the city town hall.
City town hall by the police station. And then we come down somehow. We roll down 4th Street, right? Mm-hmm. We come down all 4th Street, and I do believe we go up Lincoln. I don't really know, because I'm running from street to street trying to
No, so I think there's actually a misunderstanding. The car show you're talking about, Kim, was one for Guatemalan Independence Day, I think.
That was really big too.
That one
oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
That was their independence. It was Guatemala and Salvador.
And Salvador too, yes.
Yeah. Okay, wait, maybe I am thinking of that, because I remember I saw they went from Northgate to all of Hope now.
So that's completely different.
Oh, okay,
My
bad.
But that was pretty cool too. I mean, I'm sure that caused some issues, but that was dope.
I saw there's a few car crashes during that.
God, are you serious?
The cops were everywhere, but the cops actually helped out with our.
So ours is Steve handles all that type of stuff where he he talks to the San Rafael Police Department. Thank you so much, San Rafael Police Department as well, and he talks to our fire department, and they assist with it, and they come along with us, and that they were really amazing too.
Yeah, for what they did there, they always do a good job of keeping it safe. But moving on, going back to the actual event. Thank you for sharing about the car.
Yeah, of course.
For me, the Day of the Dead event in person, it's just like the food is so good. Seeing all the different altars is also like beautiful. Like you get to see like what everyone comes up with, because like we were saying before, everyone's altars is so unique, and they all have like a different way. And like it's cool to see also the organization altars there too, like the like Center for Domestic Peace, the Spar Center, they all have their own altars, and I think that's awesome.
And it's totally open to the public too. You just have to fill out an application beforehand so that Steve can also, organize it. And there's only so much room in the gymnasium.
Right. They actually got more altars than last year.
Oh, good.
So there's going to be a lot lot more altars. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's really exciting.
Sorry.
Were you excited?
Were you a part of the committee last year?
I was. That was actually my first year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna mention how last year. This is not like, I'm not trying to like be offensive or anything.
Oh no.
But the committee, like last year, the Day of the Dead, I know a lot of people have also said this as well, where it was like a little more like not as like festive in a way. It was more like, okay, there was like certain times, I think between like the beginning part, there wasn't much to do, and you're just walking around, and then it was only till like the very end that it started getting like fun, and a lot of people would leave during that time. But I know
during the walking processions, the walking procession starts. Or the concerts start, like the
around like dances. That time.
Yeah.
But I think Samantha Ramirez is on the committee this year or something like that.
She came to a couple of the meetings, but she's not on the committee.
Oh, okay. Well, I know she's trying to get it a little more like festive, and she's hosting. I'm part of the youth commission, and we're like kind of hosting like games, and she wanted to make it a little more fun. And then I'm just hoping that this year like it's a little more involvement and more social rather than people just like looking at it. And I was just like bringing that up just so like and like try to like and
make
it a little like what is it like?
Interactive.
Yeah.
You want, a little more interactive
Yeah.
at the beginning. Yeah. No, I
because I think especially for teenagers to stay till the end, like they're gonna be like bored.
you
Like
need a rail limit.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
totally understand, and and this is good feedback.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is good feedback. So don't be sorry. Like this is kind of what we need to hear as far as what we can do differently. And I do believe that she's going to try and do games.
yeah, she's gonna do the. I know she's doing loteria. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. But you're right. At the beginning, it's really the way we kind of sectioned it off is to give you an opportunity to walk through the gymnasium and check out the ofrendas. And that in its so the way the celebration really goes down too is in Mexico, you go to the cemetery and you spice up the grave.
Yeah.
You decorate it and you're hanging out there and you're having a fiesta. So what we're trying to do is kind of mimic that with the gymnasium instead of because we can't go to the graveyard.
Yeah.
So. And a lot of people can't go back to their homeland. And so they decorate the gymnasium, and that's the part of the beginning where you were talking about. But I do want for the youth to be more involved because
Absolutely.
You guys are going to be the ones.
Volunteers that are youth.
Right.
There's like teenagers like me also thinking like when I like go to these type of things, I don't like when it's like boring. Like we want it to be more like interactive and fun, because then it makes it more likely for us to tell our friends like, oh, we should go next year, like all of us. Like, oh, it's fun.
Well, that's really good info. Thank you for that.
And I think it's good feedback.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. I think I think there needs to be more entertainment other than dancing, which there will be this year, which is why I wanted to let you all know that, like, don't feel like all this feedback is like turning you off from coming.
Oh wait, no, like it was definitely fun as well though.
It's still a lot of fun to have, but this year we're gonna have even more activities than last year, because we also have to keep in mind that last year was the first one since the pandemic.
Yep. And so there was a lot of limitations put on us just to keep people healthy, which was our number one concern.
Yeah, of course.
But it makes sense. I mean, we kicked it off and we put our hearts into it, and I think that for it being the first one after 3 years of COVID. But this is good info, and she's gonna do loteria, and I'm gonna be up in there with my cards too. So
there's also gonna be like dancing. There's the headlining act is Sang Matisse.
Excited.
They play more like traditional, kind of like it's not like reggaeton. No, not reggaeton. It's not like cumbia. It's not like cumbia, like which was what
last year was cumbia.
But
this year is gonna be more like traditional, like kind of like more, but it's still fast. Like
right.
It's like it should be a nice change of pace. But I think last year's band was pretty good. No,
I mean there was a different one like in the beginning near where the altar was. There was different people playing, but towards the end, like I think a lot of people didn't realize that there was gonna be like a band at the end. Because a lot of people started leaving, and I'm like, where are you going?
You're going to the party just getting started.
Like it just started. It kind of felt like a quince.
That was one of the things we did talk about for sure. Is how. Organizing this and having one side start on time and then having the other side start on time is a lot harder than anticipated. But
and since it's such a big event too, you're gonna see people that you probably haven't seen in years, because it attracts all sorts of people to the dead. And one of the beautiful things that I really got out of it last year, especially during the walking procession. So for those who might not know, the walking procession is when we actually start from the Albert J. Borough Community Center and we walk down all of Canal, basically, all through Kerner Boulevard. We walk down and then we circle back to the Albert J. Borough Community Center. And it's a lot of fun. We get to like walk on the streets,
like
and
dancing.
Everything.
They have dancers.
Yeah, so
that's so pretty.
Yeah. Los Aztecas actually start us off, and they start off. They do a ceremony and they bless it, and then we start walking with the procession, and that starts at 6:00, you guys. So dress warmly.
It's gonna be cold.
The one thing
it won't rain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to say that the rain may or may not rain, but if it does rain, then they will just end up doing like a longer concert, which is still fine. They'll still be doing the traditional dance.
They're not gonna do the walking?
No, they wouldn't. I mean, like, think about it. If you're walking in the rain and then you come back, you're gonna be soaked.
Oh yeah,
It's just not gonna be a good time. And also the dancers, they have to dance. Are they gonna dance in the rain? Well, I mean, I guess there's rain dances, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
I was gonna say too.
We're just gonna pray to the rain gods to bring the water after.
Yeah, exactly.
After the
On Sunday.
procession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, on Sunday or Saturday night, like late.
Yes.
But yeah, so like you were saying, there's going to be food. We've got tacos coming. We've got pupusas. We have pozole.
I'm gonna try the food this year. I never like.
You didn't try it, girl. You have to try it.
I'm gonna try it this year.
Stand. And it's also like our local vendors. You know, we're gonna have ice cream this year too from a local vendor, and it's helping out your community, you know, because you're spending with the community, and these people are residents of Marin, so they're coming out too. And we have something that I'm really excited about because my kids are younger is the art stations that we've got going on. Yeah. And last year, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I sat down and I, you know, was doing, we have these, they had like a little calaca thing, and this year they're gonna be doing sugar skulls. So your girl is gonna be sitting there making sugar skulls.
Sugar skulls.
Yeah.
Wait, where was the art? I never saw any art last year.
It was in the same room where the music was.
Like the cumbia, where the cumbia.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did not see
yeah.
I think it's because he came later. No.
No.
Oh, you were there the whole day?
Can't. Yeah, I was there the whole time.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it was.
I didn't see it.
It was there
Yeah,
from like 3 to, I'm gonna say like 3 to 5, I think.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. There were a bunch of balloons, and everybody who volunteered for that, thank you so much too. I know my kids had an excellent time there. And then we've got I mean, I guess you can call it kind of like the after party, which is the music, the dancing. Yeah. So this that's in a nutshell. You know, Elm's also going to be playing as well, and then we're gonna have you know, the traditional dancing from Nissa, I think they're called.
Traditional. I'm not gonna quote you on that one.
Yeah, sorry guys. Oh my gosh.
There's just gonna be so much culture.
Yes, definitely.
Event. And
I'm excited for it.
Same.
And speaking of culture, I think another beautiful thing about it is that we all know Marin County is a very white dominated area.
Yeah.
And for us to have at least the Latino community to have their own special day
of representation
to represent ourselves and show it off. Like, there's so many white people who have
shown up
and have shown like support and like, this is beautiful, like I want to start making altars, you know, like that kind of influence is super good to have.
Well, on that note, my partner Greg, he's white, and he, you know, he experienced loss of like someone he grew up with and was very close to, called him his brother, and you know, he said, and you know, this was really great to hear. He said that putting in an ofrenda helped him with that grief. So as my partner, I'm very happy that I was able to bring something de nuestra cultura to him and share that with him, and then have, you know, bring a sense of peace to him as well. So yeah, I mean, this isn't just a Mexican thing. This isn't just a Latin thing. Like, we like all the colors of the rainbow. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, plus the rainbow. Like, come out. It's gonna be an amazing event. Again, it starts at 3:00 at Pickaway Park, and
till 9.
And well, it says till 9, but you know us Latinos.
Yeah, it's a little late.
Right? Last time I think I left at like 10.
Yeah, I left at 10 last time.
Leaving a lot more later.
And I think there was still some popping, right? There was
there's still a lot.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, so
PSA, do not leave after the walking procession.
Yeah, do not.
Right. There's so much more going on. Like, it's basically a festival. You know, you don't want to just leave. You want to stay.
I feel like the one thing is like when you go to a party, the best time is the nighttime.
Right.
Yeah.
For me.
Agreed.
No, it was such a vibe when the band was playing at night and just seeing.
And then they turned off the lights and it was like, it was just
amazing. That's what's up. And I don't know about you guys, but personally, I love to dance. So that's it's a great environment to come out and show your like dance skills.
I don't dance.
Yeah. And
I don't know how to dance.
And even if you don't know how to dance,
I still like it. Yeah.
Exactly. The music just calls you. And so you get out there and you move your body, and that's basically what dancing is.
Yeah, because I remember last year, Kim, I saw you dancing with your friends.
Oh, girls, see, they saw you.
But that's nice.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's cool. And I also saw like other people that I didn't expect to start dancing because that's
awesome.
also the power of like Latino music, especially. Like it just gets you dancing.
I saw like Adrian dancing.
All right. Okay, Adrian.
But the dancing and the music is just so wonderful at the time because it's a family event. So obviously for that they make the space as open to the public and as safe and as equally inviting to everybody.
Very inviting.
So don't feel afraid to try something new or feel that. And also it's fun to ask questions. Like if there's sometimes like if you go up to someone, as long as you're respectful, you ask them like, oh, like I have more questions about your altars. And stuff. Don't feel bad because a lot of people actually really enjoy.
No, totally. I mean, that's the whole point. That's the whole point is to explain. And I mean, if you're putting up an altar, it's not so that people don't see it. It's quite the opposite. So don't be shy. There's no dumb question, as they say. And I mean, even me, like I don't know all the answers, so I ask one of the OGs like, hey, what's this represent, and it's like you were saying, Javier, it's a family event. Like I bring my children and they had a good time, and you the teenagers, so thanks to the teenagers for giving us input. And I'm excited about La Loteria. And also there's been music that has that was there last year that I'd never heard before, being a Latina, and so that was really cool. There were some instruments that I was like, what is that?
Oh,
yeah. And you were saying the music, it's like that part of the DNA that's running through your blood vessels are like, hey,
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you.
That was great.
There that just triggers in your DNA.
So
that just
yeah.
Because that's what I hear. One thing that I really got into this year is like healing circles.
Yes,
and healing circles are beautiful. It's a very traditional way of healing, and again, like the instruments, there's different ways that our ancestors kind of created instruments to like sound like a bird, like this little flute that's shaped like a little bird.
It was like there. That thing was amazing. That guy was amazing.
Yeah. So shout out to Ernesto, who is been running some of the healing circles here at MCM.
I need to go to one of those.
Yeah, you should. It feels so cleansed of everything after. It's awesome. But like learning about those things at the day of the event, you will learn.
Totally.
Something new to learn.
As long as you sometimes just being there is enough for some people, but if you want to like process things, then ask. Like Javier was saying, like a lot of these people are going to be there who are setting up their ofrendas. They're not gonna be like, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, hi, and welcome. And, and like you were asking, like, how do you start it off? You can ask somebody there and be like, hey, how did you start off your ofrenda? And sometimes it could just be a picture. I mean, it's like I was saying, whatever comes from the heart and done with love is going to be perfect. So, yeah.
And I also want to mention that, there will be filming during the event.
Yep.
So there is a sign outside just saying that if you don't feel comfortable, then maybe don't come to the event, because there's going to be people are going to be taking candid pictures all the time. Like there's going to be photographers there.
You're doing the filming, right?
And so actually Kim and I
we both are.
We're actually going to be with Raquel tomorrow, live streaming the event during its peak hours, and we'll be.
Where is it going to be live streamed?
So it'll be live streamed on Day of the Dead Facebook page.
Okay.
As well
so
as
there's a Facebook. Wait, I didn't even know.
There's a Facebook and there's an Instagram. See, this is where we are right now, actually. Hey.
So we'll be on the Day of the Dead San Rafael YouTube and Facebook. We'll be live streaming on there. And also, Marin TV will be there at 4:30 to just record.
Okay.
And they'll edit it together and do a thing I cannot talk. Not next year, but in the next few months, they'll edit it and put it on and have it shared on their YouTube channel.
What's Marin TV?
They're the media center here, the community media center here. They actually helped record the live. They live streamed
last year
the walking procession last year, which was really nice. Which Raquel also was hosting.
Yeah,
and that was really great. So yeah, actually, if you have a chance, you can go on Marin. You can find it on Marin TV's YouTube page, the Day of the Dead walking procession from last year. You'll see it, so you can get kind of an idea
of what we do. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to live stream, and I'm looking forward again to the event. Raquel, did you have any last minute?
Just the important things. Tomorrow we hope to see everybody at Pickaway Park in the canal. You guys know where it's at, and it starts from 3 and on. Food, music, dancing, ofrendas, art. And please bring the family. We are suggesting that people wear their masks inside, and it is also a cash only event.
Oh, yes, good.
So that's a big thing. Bring your cash. They will be giving out tickets in order for you to buy your food, support our hardworking people, and come have a good time.
It's a free event.
Yeah, and it's a free event. So
and join and don't leave too early.
Right. Don't leave after the walking procession. There's more. And at the beginning, we're gonna try to spice it up for you guys. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, and we'll just continuously add more to it throughout the years. We're always asking for more volunteers. So if this is something that you guys are interested in, go up to somebody and be like, hey, how can I participate in this next year?
Yeah.
So that's always.
I feel like for this year you can just come in and sign up.
out.
I'm hoping with the registering the volunteers.
Perfect.
But so you can just come up and we'll just register you.
And for next year, if you're interested for volunteering at the Day of the Dead, it's a really good opportunity. I mean, you volunteered last year.
Yeah.
And how'd you feel about volunteering there? Actually, did you have?
It was fun. It was my first time at the Day of the Dead event. And at first I was just helping a little bit with you with the broadcasting a little bit. Yeah. And then I ended up going just to sell the merch that they had in the front. And I was doing that basically, and then I helped with closing, and it was pretty fun. I still had fun. I was volunteering, but at the same time I was having fun doing the other things.
Awesome.
I think it was a great opportunity, and I think everyone else should do it if you need volunteer hours and then you also want to have fun. It's a good place to volunteer.
And it's a long event, so you're gonna get a lot of hours in.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
So I highly encourage anyone who wants to volunteer. This is a really great event to volunteer in. And I had a lot of fun also helping out with selling merchandise. And there's all different kinds of stations. Usually some volunteers can help with altar making as well. If someone needs assistance with making their altar.
That's more there's different timings for when you want to do it. There's it starts at 9 where volunteers start coming in. So it's if you want to volunteer only in the morning with helping set it up, then you just come in the morning. If you want to volunteer throughout the party, then then it's more later.
And you guys did a wonderful job last year, so thank you so much to all the volunteers that came out, as well as the sponsors. Thank you to them for having this continue.
Thank you to Soul Food and
the
Marin Community Foundation.
Right. They were
the
biggest
lead sponsors.
Every year it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least last year they were the lead ones too.
They are this year as well. But just some closing thoughts from me. I just want to say that, I'm glad that we got to talk about Day of the Dead. like I said, it's a holiday that I feel that for me keeps growing like every single year. Like it just something gets bigger about it.
Yeah.
And it's just exciting. And
Yeah.
you know, I really like, and it's in the fall season.
Yeah,
and it's just,
yay.
It's perfect
Like,
timing.
like I don't really like celebrate Halloween all that much anymore, but like Day of the Dead I'm always looking forward to now. Like it's just something that excites me just thinking about it. Like I'm like, yes, Day of the Dead is finally here. It's Day of the Dead
Wonderful.
season. I love the food, I love the culture, I love being able to just connect with a lot of old friends too at the Day of the Dead event. I have a lot of friends who weren't there last year who were interested about it.
Oh,
last year, and now
good.
they're
So they'll
coming
be there this year. Yay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
Okay.
again, with COVID calming down now
Right,
and
right.
everything, like I feel like there's going to be so much more people at this event too. And I think that's just, it's going to be a great, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah, I'm also really looking forward to it. I feel like since it's my second year going, I feel like a little spark is going up, and I'm getting like more excited for it.
Okay.
And I hope that maybe in the future I'll make an altar as well.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
definitely. I that would be beautiful.
And I hope to maybe get your help on it.
Oh, totally, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're there for, you know. And again, I don't know 100% of any of it, you know, of all of it. I mean, but it's the spark. It's the wanting to know more. It's the researching it, and with research at your fingertips, basically, like you.
You're good.
Are you good?
It's all good. I think with that, we actually are almost done on time.
With me
So
dying.
it's all good.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much for being on the
Likewise.
show.
On the show,
Likewise.
Raquel.
Of course.
We'll see you guys on tomorrow.
Yay.
Hopefully see